Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream today. Today is a bit of a different one. It's a stream in memory of Murray Walker, the legendary Formula One commentator. He was instrumental in developing my love of the sport, and yeah, it was one of those that you kind of dread the day coming where you hear the news that they've passed away, and that day came. So we're just going to do a little kind of exhibition today in his memory, and today I'll be driving the Williams FW18 at Suzuka. If you're old enough to remember, that was Suzuka in 1996 was where Damon Hill scored his championship winning victory, and that led to the famous Murray Walker line, and now I've got to stop because I've got a lump in my throat. The FW18 was one of the most successful Formula One cars of all time. I think in respect of the percentage of races won against races entered. The new design of the car meant that the driver sat lower in the cockpit, and that also brought the centre of gravity down, which obviously aids stability. If you're old enough to remember the race, Villeneuve, Damon Hill's teammate, he qualified on pole, but after an abandoned start, Villeneuve lost a lot of places at the second start, and from then on Damon Hill led all 52 laps of the race to come home victorious and seal his world championship. Murray Walker was a supporter of the Stars Appeal, which is the NHS charity for the Salisbury District Hospital. There's a link in the chat if you want to donate in his memory. Yeah, I'm gonna get the race started quite soon. I've said before in my streams, the chat used to appear on the screen next to my game feed. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen anymore on the new console. So I'll try and keep up with the chat on my mobile phone. But feel free to share any memories you have with Murray Walker, some of your favourite lines, favourite moments. I was I managed to briefly meet Murray Walker once. When I say briefly, it was extremely brief. It was at Goodwood Festival of Speed, and I'd taken Murray's autobiography along with me to see if I could get him to sign it, and spotted Murray Walker coming out of the drivers club and sort of rushed over to him to see if we could get him to sign the book, but unfortunately Murray was running late for I suppose another media event or something like that, and unfortunately didn't have the time to stop, but he did seem very sorry about the fact that he didn't have the time for one of his fans. Obviously I was just a kid at the time. Well, I say a kid, probably early to mid-teens, but yeah. I think if there's two things that kind of, when I think about Formula One, the things that kind of bring the memory of Formula One to life for me, one of them would be obviously the song The Chain by Fleetwood Mac, which was the theme tune to the BBC Formula One coverage for so long. and the other one would be the sound of Murray Walker's voice. It was a unique and unmistakable voice, and he just had so much passion and energy for the sport. And obviously it wasn't just Formula One. Over his career, he obviously commentated on the motorbikes, British Touring Car Championships, lorry racing, all sorts of things, but it was Formula One obviously where he gained the most fame, I suppose. And yeah, he'd be sorely missed by all Formula One fans. I mean, if you've ever seen classic Formula One clips, even if you're not old enough to remember watching them live, if you've seen the classic races on Sky TV, or if you subscribe to Formula One TV, or the archive is on there, and his voice would be instantly recognisable to anyone who's seen those clips. I think I'll give it a couple more minutes. Formula One obviously last season started at 10 past the hour, so I'll just give it a couple more minutes before we start. But if you have any memories of Murray Walker, or just anything you want to share, any thoughts about him, pop them in the chat. Like I say, I'll try and keep up with the chat, but it's obviously on my phone, and driving a Formula One car at a couple of 100 miles an hour is pretty difficult to check your phone. As I was saying earlier, the FW18, which is the car I'll be driving today, it won 12 out of the 16 races that entered that year in 1996. 4 of them were for Jacques Villeneuve, and 8 were for Damon Hill. It's got a V10 naturally aspirated engine, which obviously harks back to the era where Formula One cars actually sounded good. And yeah, it's a pretty good looking car as well. Quite a classic livery, I suppose, because it's so synonymous with Damon Hill's only World Championship that year. That was the only championship he ever won, I believe. So a lot of British fans obviously quite fond of this livery. It's 10 past now, so I think I'll get started. Not a bad start there. That's not an ideal start there. Obviously, with it being a memorial exhibition race, I'm not too fussed about where I come. It's obviously would like to get the win in memory of Murray, but looking at the lineup of the starting grid, I believe there's a mix of older cars than the FW18 and more modern cars, so I think we'll be struggling to hit the win anyway. Going up against the more modern cars, obviously they'll have a lot more pace than me, more powerful engines. Whoops, probably should pay more attention to driving than trying to commentate, but think for me, Suzuka is it's one of those tracks that I kind of love and hate simultaneously, even within the same Grand Prix. These S-bends coming out, if you get them right, it feels fantastic. Like linking up all these corners can give you a real boost of speed for the rest of the lap, but if you get it wrong, it's so difficult to make out that time. Doesn't help now that I'm stuck behind these older, slower cars, so we'll try for a little overtake on one of them here. I must have a bit better traction than me coming out that corner, but I'll turn the fuel up, see if we can't get them down these straights. I'll go flat through that corner, but looks like the cars in front aren't too keen on going flat, so I had to lift off there rather than crashing into the back of them. But looks like that guy wasn't just going to yield to the faster car there, but I reckon if we get into the top 10 from dropping back down to pretty much last position, I think I think that'll be a good result. Half distance race, just for the exhibition today. As I say, not too competitive, but we want to put on a decent display. Oh, that's not good. Absolutely stuffed it there. Obviously we'll try and catch up to the back of the pack. We've got a lot of the race still to go.
Is looking really good. You're managing it well.
Not too hard on the power coming out of that corner there. It's easy to lose traction and steer off to the left, I find, coming out of that corner. I think that's quite a big problem with these classic Formula 1 races, is that they get a mixture of cars that are obviously, some of them are a lot older, some of them are a lot newer, but obviously they have a very different specification, and when you've got a car that's a lot faster coming up behind another one and can carry more speed through the corners, the cars in front aren't necessarily aware of that. Obviously being computer generated artificial intelligence, you know, they don't have those human reactions that a racing driver would necessarily have. But it looks like we're catching up pretty well to the back of the pack here, so we'll try again to get past a few of these, see if we can't get into the top 10. That last little corner complex there, where I've always had an issue with carrying speed through that corner. In all the years I've been playing Formula 1 games, I don't think I've ever perfected that corner. As I was saying at the start of the stream, you know, if you've got any memories of Murray Walker, any favourite moments, feel free to pop them in the stream chat. Catching up to the back of this pack now. Let's see if we can't carve our way through.
Two cars in one go. Great job. Really impressive.
I won't try into the chicane this time. I think I was just a bit too far back there. Hopefully we can catch these guys on the next lap though. Of course, if you're watching this on the stream recording on YouTube, feel free to leave a comment about your favourite Murray Walker moments. See what I'm saying about the difference in speed through the corners here. It's really messing up my flow a little bit through there, but hopefully we can blast past these guys shortly and start catching up to the faster guys at the front. Give it a bit more fuel. Oof. Much slower into those braking zone there as well. Just take a bit of action sometimes. come on, he's just tagged me at the rear there. Unbelievable. I don't think I could have much worse luck today. Right, let's do that all again, shall we? 10 seconds behind now. Unbelievable. Let's pop the fuel mixture down a level. See if we can't soak some up while we're just trying to catch up to the back of this pattern. Sometimes I really think driving against the artificial intelligence is actually more dangerous than driving against some of the idiots you get online in this game. I really didn't need that reminder of how far back I am, but thank you very much. Looks like we're still catching the back of this pack even though we've turned the fuel mixture down. So I think I'm going to keep it that way and hopefully we can save up a bit of excess fuel that we can burn off when we're trying to overtake later on. Yep, I think that might be the best I've ever taken in that corner. This is the thing when you get a bit far behind, you start to try and push it too much and then you end up losing more time because being too aggressive, it kind of messes up your lines through some of the corners. You know, if you miss your braking point, that screws up the whole corner for you. I saw the back end of the next car just then, so it looks like we are catching up pretty quickly.
The gap to the car ahead is 8.2 seconds.
Yeah, there's the back of the pack there, so let's try this again.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
Here we go.
The gap between you and the car behind is increasing by a significant amount each lap. Good job.
Oh, I was not even aware that there was a car behind. Murray. There we go, that must be a sign. Of all the computer generated names the game could have chosen. Yeah. Come on. How many cars have we got in this little pack here? 3 or 4 maybe?
Is still looking good.
Let's pop that fuel mixture up one. How they've got up to the back of these guys, we can push a bit, try and get past a few of them. No. Oh, just about held it there. Really don't want to lose any more time than I already have in this race. Excellent move there. Finally a move into that corner that I'm actually happy with. Right. Get that down. Get after this guy. Looks like we've got some clear air in front of us after this guy before we catch up to the next pack. Not much, but enough to get a little bit more time down on the clock, because it looks like we are going to have to make a pit stop during this race at some point, which I was not aware of at the start, but hey, needs must. Oh, come off it. Can't just brake test the car halfway through a corner. I was not anticipating that to go well, I'll be honest. That worked out, and another place gained. Right, let's catch up to the next guys. Oh, never mind.
We're increasing our gap on the car behind by around a second a lap.
Ooh. Bit slippery through that corner there. Not very happy with that line through there, but it's done now. Well, we're up to P13, so much better than we were a few laps ago. burn some fuel down this straight, see if we can't knock some more time off before we head into the pit lane. I'm trying to remember where the pit entry is here. There it is. Whew. Looks like we're around about halfway through the race. Just over, I think. As Mario would say, with half the race done, there's still half the race still to go.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Ooh, new tyres. Still a bit green. Bit slippery, but I'm sure we can manage. I'll back off from this guy, give him a bit of space because these cars like to go quite slowly through these corners. And we'll put that down to 215 now, but I think I should be able to knock up a few more places yet. I'm not sure, but I think the cars in the little group in front of me before the pit stop, I think they're still due in for a pit, so if we can put in a good time here, then hopefully we'll be able to catch them. Maybe even do a little undercut on them. Lovely jubbly. I'll take that place, thank you. And fuel at a very fast rate, so. Oh, here we go, look. More. New tyres as well, so oh, come off it. Not very happy about that, but I'm sure we'll get that place back. I'm not entirely sure what he thought he was doing there. I was clearly in front through that corner, but losing a bit of grip in the dirty area of this car, but there we go, had him through that. A bit close to the car in front there, not entirely sure if we didn't push him around the corner a bit there, but I think we can still target the top 10 if I don't make any more mistakes. Like I say, these cars not too keen on going flat out through that left hand there. Looks like he's making a move. But I think we can brake much later into this corner than he can and maintain a position. Still giving him a bit of space on the inside where I feel still there, but I think he's probably still behind us, so whoops, I really should concentrate more on the driving than the commentating, but those wishes in memory of Mario Walker, that's Now, I don't remember what position we started the race in, so I think if I can get into the top 10 today, I'll be pretty happy. But I'm 10 seconds down the road from the car in 10th, so we can only try and see what happens, but looks like the guy in 10th is pulling away from us slightly, so maybe we'll make it, maybe we won't, but following cars through here is not fun. I mean, I know they're only artificial intelligent drivers, but sometimes if you swing it up the inside, it can put them off a little bit. He's going to lift off, so let's lift off as well, and then we can try and move into the chicane. Late break in there, but looks like we've got the move done and dusted.
The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap.
Let's put a little bit of breathing space between us and the guy behind, and then I think we're going to have to drop our fuel mixture down again. We're getting burning through a rapid pace today, even on the standard mixture.
Our gap to the car in front is 8.8 seconds.
Come on, let's get that 10th spot. Whoops. Not paying attention again. Yeah, I lost a lot of time missing my braking spot through that hairpin there. Looks like we are gradually catching that 10th place. We've got, at the end of this lap, 8 laps left to go. 8 or 9, I don't know. So, I think we can nab that 10th spot. Got a couple of seconds to the car behind now, so I'm going to drop that fuel mixture down so that we don't run out of fuel. Oh, just caught a glimpse of the back end of the 10th position car, so that's given me something to aim for. I don't know if any of the viewers today play Formula 1 games, but I always find when you can see the back end of the car in front, gives you that a little bit of extra motivation to go out and catch him. as I said before, guys, if you're watching and you've got any memories or favourite moments of Mario Walker that you want to discuss, drop them in the chat. Obviously, if you're watching the recording of the stream on YouTube, you can drop them in the comments. Looks like we've gained just over a second on the car in front on this lap so far. Of course, the benefit of dropping your fuel mixture down, you lose speed down the straights, but you can obviously push it a bit more into the braking zones, because obviously you're not travelling at as high speed as you would do normally. But there he is, just going around that right hand corner. Pretty happy with my line through that first chicane there. Not so much through here, but it could have been worse. Lost a lot of time on that traction zone there. I'm quite tentative on the power out of that corner, because it is very easy to lose the rear end coming out of that hairpin. But of course, that does mean you lose a lot of time all the way down. I was going to say down that straight, but not exactly straight. Although I suppose in Formula 1 terms you probably call that the back straight, wouldn't you?
Okay, gap ahead is 4.6.
Have I got a blue light? Why have I got a blue light? There's no cars behind me. Why are they flashing with the blue lights down that start-finish straight? Well, whatever the reason, it put me off a little bit, but let's crack on, see if I can't get this 10th place. Oh, 9th place. What? What's happened there? I'm not sure. Car in the pit lane, maybe? Maybe that's what the blue lights were for. Maybe it was for them. I'm not sure. Alright. Well, we've got into the 10th, top 10 now, so let's see if we can't push on. I don't think we'll get into the top 8. We've got 15 seconds to make up on 8th place, but all we can do is try, can't we? Does look like I'm losing a lot of time to that 8th place though. I think that top 8 must be made up of the more modern cars. So let's try for the 9th position, and as long as we're there, if there's any incidents or retirements up front, at least we're still in the running. Could have given that pretty easily at the beginning of this race after those few incidents, but Again, why am I getting the blue lights? There's no cars behind me. And what worries me is, if they're giving me the blue lights and there's no car behind me to let through, then if I ignore too many of them, I could end up with a penalty. But I don't really know what they're wanting me to do, to be honest. Keep an eye on the mirrors, but can't exactly see much in those. I don't want to have to use the rear camera too much, because obviously it breaks the immersion of the game a bit. Oh, we have gained a little bit on that 8th place on that last lap, so I'm wondering if we can't push it a little bit once we've got past this guy.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I'm just about to say stick the fuel mixture up a bit and see if we can't go for that 8th place. I don't see what the harm is of trying. If we make it, then going from plumb last to 8th, a pretty good result for me. Pretty annoyed with myself about those incidents at the start of the race, but they're done now. All we can do is keep going and try our best and see where we come out. Obviously losing a bit of time to this guy on the straights because I've turned my gear mixer down, but I reckon we can get him in the corners. And so we can get the switch going as well. Oh, I think I made a mistake there. Nice. We'll start out of that corner there, and we took full advantage of that, I think. Let's get through this hairpin and then we can pump up the fuel mixture, I think. And
8 seconds.
again, they're giving me the blue lights. What for? Oh, hello. There is a car there now, so we'll probably have to let someone through. Yes, that McLaren there. But if I let him through...
Not racing the car behind. Let them past when you can.
Oh, there we go. He's left. Let's get out of his way entirely there. There we go. There he goes. Now let's get the slipstream on him, I think. See if we can't stay on his tail as much as possible, get the slipstream. We've lost a lot of time to try and find letting this guy through, but that's just the way it goes. If you're in a position where you're going to get laps, then that's going to happen, isn't it? Hopefully we won't have to deal with loads of those.
Everything's looking good.
Let's get up to the safe place. Pretty happy with that corner there. I'm never going to gain 5 seconds a lap for the next 3 laps, so let's just try and maintain this position. Oh, those last few laps have blown by.
Okay, you're in the top top 10.
No, 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 no. Oh. That was a big mistake coming out of there. Now I'm going to have to live with it going all the way down this straight. Luckily, the other cars are slow for this corner and I can keep it flat. I like to put an extra bit of downforce on the car for that corner. Again, the blue lights again. I wonder what car the next car up is in. Oh, I really should be paying attention rather than thinking about what car the other drivers are in. Oh, am I gonna... is this it? Is this the checkered flag? Yeah, there we go.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Well, could have been a lot better, but also could have been a lot worse. Few incidents through probably I'd say the first quarter of the race, but didn't give up and brought ourselves back from last to 9th place. Pretty shocking driving from myself at the start of the race there, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with the finishing position given everything that happened at the start. Thanks to everyone who tuned in. Like I was saying, this is oh, there you go. It was a 94 Benetton, the next guy up, which is probably why I was catching him, but yeah, there we go. So that was all in memory of Murray Walker. He was a long-time supporter of the Stars Appeal, which is the NHS charity for the Salisbury District Hospital. You can donate at starsappeal.org if you want to make a donation in his memory. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. And as usual, I'll be popping the recording of the stream up on YouTube if you want to catch up with it there. But that is it. Thanks guys, and I'll catch you later.